right, time to talk computers, the internet, home theater, digital photography, smartphones, ransomware, cryptography, all the technical stuff in this world we live in. That's what this show is all about. 8888 Ask Leo is my phone. Make a suggestion, all are welcome. 888-827-5536. It's toll free in the U.S. and Canada, but outside that area, Skype out or something like that should still be a free call. 8888 Ask Leo. When you hear something on the show, you don't have to rush to write it down, because we're going to write it down for you. James Deruvo, our official scribe, posts it all, the show notes as they would be called, at the website techguylabs.com. techguylabs.com. That's free, no silent, nothing. You can even leave comments there if you're yelling at the radio saying, hey, I got a better idea. You don't have to yell at me, just yell at me on the web. techguylabs.com. I love Elon Musk. Every week there's a Tesla story. So if you're one of the Tesla owners who paid $10,000 for full self-driving vehicles, the company is going to let you turn on the full self-driving beta. That's an important word, beta. Version 10.0.1 software update, which you're going to get probably anyway in a few weeks, but you can get it now if you push. So if you've paid for it, there will be a button on your screen in your car. That's the beta request button. When you press that button, then Tesla will say, may we access your driving behavior? And if you say yes, then they will use something they call Tesla's insurance calculator. If driving behavior is good for 7 days, tweets Elon, we will then grant you access to the beta. Well, how generous of them. I only paid $10,000, so it's reasonable. That just kind of tells you how much confidence they have in this whole thing. Crazy. Yes, Apple had an event on Tuesday. Honestly, nothing really to write home about. They did announce a new base model iPad, which is still $329, and which is a great iPad choice for, I think, their students, obviously, but anybody who wants to get an iPad but doesn't want to spend a lot of money. $329, that's a good deal. $200 and $299 for education. I think that's a nice deal. It's a decent iPad. It's a good iPad. They also announced an updated iPad mini with an even bigger screen. I think it's 8.3 inches. It's nice. It's like a big phone. And then they announced 4 new iPhones. There were no AirPods announced, no Apple TV improvements announced, no laptops announced, nothing else. All the, speculative rumors about that, none of that happened. Just iPads and iPhones. And I have to say the iPhone 13 is kind of like the usual thing. It's a little bit faster, which is not much faster. And I think that's notable because Apple didn't even say. They just said it's faster than the competition. They didn't compare it to last year's phone, which they will still sell at 12. Maybe that's why. But also, the early benchmarks we've seen from people, I guess, who got access, reviewers and stuff, looks like maybe 10% faster. I don't think people feel like any iPhone is slow. That is not a problem. I think people report, it feels so sluggish. They're all fast. So you don't buy it for the new processor. New graphics processor as well, somewhat faster. Don't buy it for that. The A15? I've lost track. Doesn't matter. The cameras will be a little bit better. They're going to have macro, which means you can get up to 2 centimeters away from, real close to a flower or a bumblebee or whatever, your finger, whatever it is you want to take a close-up of. That's nice. Nice. The zoom is pretty big zoom. They have a new cinematic mode that allows you to switch the focus back and forth. Big deal. It's all little things. And And they didn't call it the 12S, which you probably could have called it, which, but there's slight changes to the body design, so I guess, I think the biggest thing, the most significant thing is they've really increased the battery, finally. And so this phone, they claim, will go like an hour or more faster, longer than your existing iPhone 12. So that's a good thing. They're improving the battery life. Should you run out? No, I think Apple's almost saying, in a way, what we all have known, which is people don't buy a phone every year, a new phone every year, except people like me, reviewers and true enthusiasts. Most people buy a phone every few years. And I guess the bottom line for you, I left out the watch. I'll talk about the watch too. The bottom line for you is, if you've got an iPhone 12, maybe even an iPhone 11, there's no urgency. This is not a massive improvement. Good, done with that. I forgot, they did mention the new watch. Maybe the reason I forgot is you can't order it. They just talked about it. And it'll be available sometime later this fall. Slightly redesigned. The rumor guys got it completely wrong. They said it was going to be squared off, looked like an iPad Pro. No, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit rounder, maybe. Same processor, so not faster. They do claim better battery life and faster charging. Okay. No other, not really any other new features that I can recall. And don't worry, because you can't get it now anyway. So kind of a ho-hum Apple announcement. They're not done yet. I think we'll see new Macs next month or the month after. But this was one where Apple said, "Yeah, we're just taking a break this year. We're just gonna there's a little bit of improvements around the about 10% improvement in speed. But I think the battery life's the biggest story. Other big story this week: a lot of people who got started in personal computing got started with a very inexpensive computer called the